Hi, I'm Liz Cully, and welcome back to Cool, Cool, Cool. Each week, I give you a glimpse into what I think is cool and chat with a ton of people that are definitely cool. No topic is off bounds unless, I guess, it's not cool. Welcome to Cool, Cool, Cool. Reunited, and it feels so good. Blakely is back in LA. Little did he know he would be seeing me every week that he's here, which is the light of my life. And also, you guys can all go and say, oh my God, I know Blakely and he's my friend, but he's my friend. Thank you very much.
There's enough for me to go. I mean, not really, but you know what I mean. We're friends.
You're like 1% body fat.
There's
friends. None of you to go around.
We're friends.
Zero of you to go around.
We're going from brat summer to demure fall. So, you know.
Actually, can we start there? I saw a Instagram with demure, which I need you to explain, that actually really resonated with me because it was all about overhead lighting.
Okay.
Which I find so violent.
Oh, it's homophobic.
It's really, and also I live in Glendale, which is the land of bright white hospital outdoor lighting.
Mm-hmm.
Where did demure start from?
I think demure started was a trans individual was doing the Apple dance on TikTok, and they were in like, instead of doing the full body, she's doing like, this is how you do the Apple dance demure, and she's just kind of like half doing it.
I love it.
She's like very demure, very cutesy, very
the dolls,
very sensible.
Give it up for the dolls.
Everything starts with the dolls.
Everything starts with the dolls, and we love the dolls, and I just love that.
And it's just like popped off so fast. So now everybody's like, I'm having a demure fall, like very, very demure, very sensible.
What would give me something that you would be demure about other than fall as a season?
I guess drinking. Like I could have like an Aperol spritz instead of like an espresso martini. Like something that like, it's light, it's sensible, it's airy. Like a glass of white wine and ice instead of like vodka shots.
Who the fuck is drinking vodka shots?
People having a brat summer, like gays.
Oh, well, here's the problem is that I've been a brat for 39 years. I am the youngest out of 4. My mother discovered this podcast and now literally won't speak to me. And I've been like bratty tatting my way on through life. So the brat summer thing for me looked really fun, but also I am like, my hip wouldn't handle a brat party.
That's what I was saying. I was like, my knees can't take like an Ibiza boiler room, like Ibiza, whatever the fuck it is. But like Ibiza. But, you know, I'm more like a burger brat. Like I'll have like, you know, a bacon cheeseburger brat and then go home and hate watch Emily in Paris or something.
Ooh, I can't even hate watch Emily in Paris.
I end up binging the whole. I've accepted it for what it is. I think I've come back around to like actually truly enjoying it. Like, this bitch is ridiculous. There's going to be hot men. There's going to be absurd situations. And it's almost like a vaudevillian comedy now. So I'm like tentatively on board.
Yeah. I was just thinking about what my demure situation would be, and I have it.
Okay.
So this is actually my real fantasy at the moment.
Okay.
Picture it. I'm in Mykonos at a beach club.
Okay.
However, the only people that are there is my wife and a very hot female DJ. And I am on ecstasy that will not give me any kind of crash hangover. I have nothing but very cold Diet Coke at my disposal.
With a lime.
With lemon.
Ooh, okay.
I have Bubblicious bubblegum in the watermelon and grape flavors. And actually, because I was just listening to this, and I am listening to nothing but really, really, really good. Hold on. Why is it not here? I have it right here. Like incredible house music.
Okay. But also like Molly that doesn't give you a hangover. That's not demure. That's like a fantasy.
Really? I mean, yeah, like I just said fantasy. Here's the song.
But it has to be
Listen,
like possible.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
I'm give you my best. Are you ready? Hold on.
Okay.
Can't you see it?
I mean, Mykonos, I'm seeing it.
No.
Are you dancing or are you lying down?
No, I'm like pretending I'm in a music video. But that is my demure brat summer.
Okay. All right. Your dat summer.
But I mean, it's a fantasy. That's just like a little sweaty, but not too much. Anyway, it's a controlled chaos.
I love that.
Controlled chaos.
I love that. Controlled chaos is very demure.
Well, it's also, I feel like, your brand.
Oh, 100%. 100%. My brand is literally, could definitely control, like a control burn.
What happens when like celebrities or culture doesn't act a fool? What do you do that day? Is it a chill day?
It always will, though. We haven't reached that point. I mean, if there's one thing we can bet on, it's the sun is going to rise and a Caucasian is going to cause trouble every single day in the news. Like you can bet on taxes, death, and Caucasians causing trouble. Those are the three things.
Also,
and like,
I hope that's the name of your book.
We live in that world. There is no shortage of those situations.
But like, I even last night finally caved and was like, what is this Blake Lively, Justin Bell, Dina Feeney? I don't even know
Justin Baldoni.
Okay, that guy.
Yeah.
I don't even know who he is. I was like, what is all of this? So I actually did go to another creator who I worked with a million years ago, who's amazing. Her name's Kirby Johnson.
Okay.
From Los Angeles Podcast.
Yeah.
Shout out. But she actually really came like from a Diane Sawyer perspective and broke it down. And
I think I've seen her TikTok.
She's great.
Okay.
She's really great. But I'm like, okay, cool. So is business. They were angry co-producers.
That's what I'm saying. My thing is like, I feel like have people not like, I feel like Kim Kardashian, like has nobody been to work? Like I have hated so many coworkers to the point of having a physical reaction when I'm in their presence in every fucking corporate job. So like, ooh, they didn't get along. Move on. The movie is actually like a rip-roaring success. And like, I don't care.
Did you see the movie?
I did.
Oh, I haven't seen it yet.
I did. I also thought it was interesting. Like, I feel like the internet's doing this weird thing where they're like, she's not taking like domestic violence seriously, etc. She's wearing flowers on the cover. Too. And like, Quentin Tarantino made an action comedy out of slavery.
Like literally.
Like, or were we like, be demure, be sensible? No, he was out there joking and having like white people say the N-word up at a plum. Jamie Foxx. Like, he made a action comedy out of the Holocaust. He made an action comedy out of the Manson murders.
I mean, and white like, girls exist, or white chicks exist, and like, which I had never seen before.
We're like mad because Blake Lively had like mermaid hair on a red carpet. Like, people are dying, Kim. Like, literally.
Well, but that's the other thing of it is it's like, I think the problem is that the majority of the internet is not smart like you. Or I would even throw myself into that category, or Kirby. It's just like, I was very confused. I'm thinking to myself, what is this? And I think the annoying thing for me as I have little patience as I get older, as we can see by my fantasy of wanting to take ecstasy with no hangover in Mykonos.
With no people there. With no other humans. I want to be alone on drugs by a beach. Like,
with my wife. I just don't want creepy guys around me. That's kind of what is the point.
That's a reasonable ask.
And I want like my fingers and my toes in the sand.
Okay,
just
I love
like
that.
Real fucked up. So anyway, but like if it's going to be scandalous, I at least need like a tinge of hilarity, or it's so like the woman who rolled around on the ground at the Olympics.
Sarah, what's her name? Like Rachel Gunn. Yes.
The
Rachel
elder millennial.
I call her Theragun because that's what she needed to do better.
Because I got to tell you, first of all, that entire Olympics breakdancing category, nothing could be more embarrassing than breakdancing at the Olympics in a really weird outfit in front of Snoop Dogg. But what is more embarrassing is Snoop Dogg watching these people perform in front. I mean, my brain was blown because we have focused really hard on Raygun, but I watched the whole thing just to really be educated about how motherfucking cringy this whole thing was. The only one that was cool-ish was the American girl.
Okay.
And I was like, I think she might be Filipino, which tracks. She's probably related to like the Jabberwockies in some way.
Shout out to the Jabberwockies.
I hope she's from the Bay. I hope she's from like...
Shout out to Oakland.
You know what I mean? No, I don't even think she's from Oakland. I bet she's from San Jose. It's fine. Like, I just was like, oh my God, this whole category is so bad. So that is something where now there's the scandal that her husband was the judge and that she Tinder swindled the country of Australia to become their ambassador of wiggle worming. But that at least is funny and has levels. This whole Blake Lively thing, I'm like, miss me with it. You know?
I just like I think people are bored and I also think it's the pendulum swinging. I feel like it's very much the internet's like, oh, you've had too much good stuff. Like Ryan Reynolds had the whole summer. Like Deadpool broke records. She's in Deadpool. They're like, they're making fun of each other on Instagram. And then her movie comes out and then he's in that movie. And then he's like on the carpet and they're both doing so well. There was one point where they were the first husband and wife since Bruce Willis and Demi Moore to have the 1 and 2 movies in the country. So I think it was like, well, fuck them. Like, I think that's literally what happened because there's no real reason.
There's no there.
There's no there.
And that's what's so annoying because I'm like, you know, or maybe everybody felt so much relaxation and joy when Kamala ran and she chose Tim Walz. And we were like, you know what? All right, maybe we have a chance here. Let's start some nonsense.
Let's start some fuckery. Like, fuckery activate. like, I was like, people keep like DMing me about it. It's very weird now on the internet where people have an opinion about everything. I always say everyone is their wound. So I get like weird DMs about every single person, like paragraphs. And I'm like, I don't care. I truly don't care.
I know, but I must be so annoying in your DMs. I did talk about this with Amanda Hirsch.
Not a stranger.
I know, that's fair. That's fair.
Not a stranger. It'll be like someone being like, what do they say? Or like, oh, have you seen that video of Blake Lively? Because they put up a video of her pregnant in 2016 when she kind of like ignores. This is how deep this Blake Lively shit has gone.
Boy.
It's like she's pregnant, she's with Parker Posey, and she's promoting like a movie called Cafe Society. And someone like asked her about her baby bump or something. Basically, like she's annoyed and she's like, okay, I'm gonna ignore this girl. But I'm like, have you ever been in a press tour? Have you ever sat somewhere for 9 hours and been asked the same fucking question over and over? I just did it
yesterday. I just did a speech. God love them with my coworkers. 9 hours. I was like, I don't know. We write about Hollywood. Give us money. I mean, it is. Press junkets are so rough.
They're mind numbing.
I've done one. I will never, not to be like, I would never. I mean, it depends on who asked me to do it. I would probably say yes. So please ask me to come to your press junket. But truly, you rarely get a good interview out of somebody.
Oh, true. And that's why I always like, I want to state now when I put an Instagram story up, like, should I progress in this industry and be on a junket? Like, I will be a monster. Like, if I'm hungry, I'll make you cry. Just know that now. It's not the fame. It's not it's me. Like, if you don't give me a bar or something every 3 hours, I will like rip you to shreds emotionally.
Actually, that's a really good shout. If I were to ever interview someone on a press junket, I would bring them like M&Ms.
Bring snacks, be nice, ask how their day is. But they're like, so like, what was the... Shut up.
What was the motivation for your character? You're like, money.
No, it's like
dollar bills.
Like taxes.
It's also so nice to have you here a few months later, especially now because I don't work at Condé Nast and I don't have to be stressed out about what you're going to say about Condé Nast. I'm like,
so you're like, oh no,
let her rip. Look what no, I mean, truly though, actually. And something that I will say on the public record as I am not a current employee there, but Doge is dumb.
Oh yeah, so dumb. So fucking stupid. So stupid.
Given that you also talked about Pilaf, who was you guys were in a fight, really, right?
Fuck you. Where's the camera? Fuck you, Pilaf. Just so you know. Yeah.
For those of you who don't know who Pilaf is the second most beautiful Chihuahua in the world to Ravioli, who is obviously the light of my life.
Mm-hmm.
And Vogue decided that because I really couldn't, I would actually like to know, and former colleagues who I know watch my content and listen to my content, please tell me who was able to swindle, grift that idea onto the main IG feed. Not in just one post, but in multiple
They did another one today. They did Glenn Powell's dog today.
Oh, well, we did say they needed
to have But that should have been. Yeah. But it's like, honestly, I don't care. Like, it has to be a dog you care about. Like, Pilaf already has an internet thing. Like, it should have been Dog Pool. He was all over the red carpet with Ryan and Hugh. I get, Glenn Powell had like the towel selfie. So like those dogs had a brat summer. It should have been those. It should have been those three dogs posing like the supers with like Linda Evangelista, Naomi, and Cindy Crawford doing a voiceover talking as the dog. That's funny. That's a video. That's parody.
Hire Blakely. Also, Blakely told me this in the DMs, and I was like, "You're a fucking genius."
I like don't give a fuck about Billie Eilish's dog. I don't give a fuck about Sierra's dog. I don't get it. Clearly, a girl named Becca from Fairfield County, Connecticut, thought of this, and her mother probably is on the board somewhere at Condé and pushed this dumb fucking idea through. So Becca
Fairfield is a stretch too. They're from like a tertiary Connecticut. You guys are getting a real glimpse into the hate DMs that Blakely and I send each other at all hours of the day.
So yes, Becca from Connecticut, you're terrible at your job.
I'm fucking screaming. But, you know, it is so funny, like, being that I've been in legacy media for so long, it's exciting and it's exhilarating when I see somebody actually get a good idea through. But then it is so easy to just destroy when something is so cringy and so terrible and so awful, because really all we have left, because the creator world has gotten so oppressive with really like mediocre UGC content at best. I really look to these companies that I work for to make beautiful content. And so that's why I do get a little prickly myself.
It's also just, I get it. It's really hard because everything moves so fast. And like, we're never going to get like Cindy Crawford in like the Swiss Alps with like $100,000 of fur. Like that, there's no money for that anymore.
I know.
So like, that's the weird thing. Like every major magazine now is kind of doing like a taupe backdrop and like a chair. I'm like, who did set designers piss off in like another life? Because like what, it's literally just like chair, curtain, maybe like a tea kettle. Like it used to be like Rococo mansions.
It did. And actually, speaking of bawling on a budget, I want to shout out Hunter Abrams, who is a former guest of Cool 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 and a friend. And they just did the like complete art direction and photography for the new Town and Country cover. Did you see it? And
the Town and Country paper thing?
It's like, yeah, it's like a long dinner party.
Are those owned by the same publishing company?
I don't think so.
Because I'm like, okay, cool. It was giving...
I think Town and Country might not be, but it really was giving paper. It was giving interview.
Yeah.
It was really cool.
It was cool. And I know a few of the people that were like on it. So I was like, oh, that's interesting. Cool. Like I saw
Sarah Hoover,
Devon, Carol Radswell.
Yeah.
Like it was cool.
I liked it, actually.
I like an uptown, downtown vibe. It was interesting.
I feel like if anyone should be cast as a character on the Real Housewives of a certain show, it should be you. But you know, they did a spoof of the Real Husbands of Hollywood.
Yes. Kevin Hart.
Yeah, which was like fine.
It was cute for a minute. Yeah.
For a minute, 60 seconds.
Robin Thicke's whole thing of being like a crazy person or like an alcoholic was interesting because it kind of was like art imitating life.
Well, no, it's actually factual.
So,
I don't know if I've ever, I mean, I don't think I should talk about this on camera, so I won't. But remind me to tell you my insane Robin Thicke story.
Okay.
Like really unfortunate. I can't, first of all, I just can't even listen to his music.
Oh no, it's that
like
bad?
that bad.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? So
yeah,
that
I mean, we haven't heard from, I don't think anybody else is right now either.
Yeah, I don't think we need to hear from him anymore.
Damn.
I would rather not hear from him anymore. But I think, you know, I know MTV did sort of a ish kind of like Gay Boys of West Hollywood with Joey.
The Real Friends of WeHo.
Which it doesn't really hit. Why do you think that no one's been able to kind of capture is it just because gay men are like, I'm way too slappy, I'm never going to go on anything, or what?
I think like, because like the authentic gay experience is very like NC-17. Like it would need to be like on Showtime or like HBO
Stars,
or something, or
or
something. It need to be on streaming and just like literally like for mature audiences. Because like I went to
like you were like, I'm scrolling on Sniffies for my afternoon, then I'm gonna hoppity doo dah dandy to this like paper magazine dinner, then I'm gonna like hippity da da back to the party. You know,
like I went to a party on Memorial Day for the gays in Palm Springs, and like I arrived at this party, everybody's in Speedos, and they're just like the amount of like drugs people had at like noon on a Saturday. They're like, oh, we're like,
I bet they weren't my special drugs that give you no hangover.
It was like the alphabet drugs, like the HIJK elemental PG. I was like, okay, cool. And they're like, so and so left Caterpillar early last night. I'm like, what's Caterpillar? Or no, so and so left the Centipede last night. I thought that was a bar. No, it was a 10-person circular human centipede. The boys in the house, like that's the actual gay experience.
It's my worst nightmare.
And then me being like, I am traumatized. I'm going to go eat wings and go to someone else's house. But like also more power to you if you want to stay there and do it. But like I'll never be the gay boy that gets invited to the orgy because I don't exist well in the unsaid. Everybody's like, let's have an eye. Let's make eyes and have sex. And I'm like, are we fucking? What's happening? Did anybody eat Chipotle today? Who's clean? What's going? Like I could never be in a spontaneous ass to mouth situation.
Could I, because I would just be like, I have stuff to do. I'm tired. I hate myself.
Let's schedule it. Or like in these parties, like tell us which room is what. Because sometimes I'm just literally trying to go to the bathroom and it's just like 4 people, and I'm just like, okay, well, is that a sex bathroom? Is that a drugs bathroom? Like, where's the bathroom where you just tinkle?
Here's the thing. I think the only straight equivalent that we see on television that's close to like the real gay experience is the show Industry.
Yes. I love industry.
Don't you think?
I love industry. I worked in finance briefly out of college, and like that mindset, that attitude, that kind of like sexuality, very much the situation.
I mean,
like they nailed it. Shout out to my holla.
This new season is like everything I wanted it to be coming out the gates. They're in the pilot episode of season 3. They're not to spoil anything because it won't shock you. But there is did you watch it?
I haven't seen it yet, but tell me.
Okay, will you text me afterward?
I'm going to watch it.
So they're like the young woman Yasmin is kind of now the center of the whole story, and she's in scandal because her father like embezzled all this money and it's all this drama. But she ends up doing all this blow with her boss, and they're all so geeked out of their mind at 3 a.m. It's like they're staring in each other's eyes being like, why have we never been this close before? I don't know. We're never gonna not be this close ever. And then there's a woman in the background who's like like taking off her clothes, and she keeps going, take a picture of me, take a picture of me. And I am so lame that I really truly only drink wine now, and I don't do anything cool. I might have a strong edible allegedly here and there, but like I just do not do drugs. But those are the moments that are so fun when you're completely uninhibited and you're talking and you're chewing the inside of your mouth.
You're like, let's go to the zoo tomorrow.
They're like, oh my God, animals you can see into their souls.
Have you ever seen a panda? Like, oh my God. Like what the fuck? Like, have you heard that song also? It's called, I used to do drugs, now I don't do anything. I used to go out, now I don't go anywhere. I'm like, I listen to that at the gym. I'm like, that is me. Like,
wow, that is me.
It's like, I'm like, it's like, I used to have fun, now I don't see anyone. I'm like, yes.
Wow.
That is my fun is seeing no one now.
I mean, honestly, I'm invited to a lesbian pool party tomorrow in Brentwood, and they said, and I quote, you have to Uber and Lyft. And I was like, I don't want to spend $100.
Give me rules.
I also was like, I don't really want to get into a bathing suit, even amongst lesbians. And I certainly don't want to go to Brentwood on a Saturday. And I certainly am not going to spend $100 Ubering there.
Yeah, east side to Brentwood is a good minimum 75.
Minimum 75. Because I don't take I have to at least get like an Uber XL or whatever. And I just was like, you know what? I looked at Rachel and I was like, do you want to work on the garden and make a fountain tomorrow out of a rock? And she's like, that sounds great. I'm
exactly.
like, done. So I think priorities have changed, things have shifted. And that is really why I need the internet to stay so messy, because
the internet's gonna stay messy. The internet is undefeated in messiness. That's like the internet is always undefeated.
Is there anybody that you like that went away that you wish from kind of like nostalgia, early, like the cusp of internet MTV era?
Beanie Man.
Oh my God. This is why I fucking love you so
I was literally listening to Girls Dem Sugar.
This is why we're friends.
I was like, I'll take the stars out the sky for you.
There's nothing in this world that I'd rather do. I could be your girl.
I like Beanie Man was the vibe. It was like, I miss like.
But he's not messy.
But the messiness. I mean, who's messy?
Oh, because if you want to talk about like, I just was listening to yes, yo, Sugar Man, baby, listen to my neck. First of all, Maya is not appreciated the way she needs to be.
No, she isn't. But the thing is,
like
people that
Tila Tequila turned into a Nazi,
yeah, that's
so
not
we can
fun
skip
anymore.
her.
The people that were messy from like the early 2000s, I feel like tabloid culture covered them so thoroughly that I don't miss them. Like, I don't particularly miss like Spencer Brat, because I feel like he was forced on me for like 5 years.
And it's so interesting because a lot of them they've kind of circled back. I was at an event and I saw their publicist, like Lindsay Lohan's publicist, Britney Spears' publicist.
Yeah.
I will not say her name because I'm sure she will sue me. She looked beautiful. I loved her Hermes bag. She had a little Kelly bag. She had black little barrel jeans. I love you. If you see this, please, please, please don't sue me. But
I don't like you though.
No, but I like saw her from a distance at our party and I'm like, oh my God, that's Britney Spears and Lindsay Lohan's PR manager from back in the day. But then I thought about it and I'm like, even that really, really gross guy, he had a baby with Ashley Benson.
Oh, Greasy Bear, Brandon Davis.
See what I mean? It's like we can't escape them. Like Lindsay Lohan looks amazing with this, like, I don't even know what she's promoting, but she's around in a gown.
It's Freakier Friday.
Yeah, but they're still filming.
They're filming right
now.
But D20, like Disney gets that money out now. They're like, this is coming. You will owe us $1 billion in 2026. Like, they're like,
fair enough.
Hello, public. Money, please.
Fair enough. But yeah, I guess I was kind of thinking about it because I decided to rewatch Next.
Oh my God.
You're welcome. I have nothing to watch on TV.
Where did you find it?
It's on Paramount Plus.
Wait, is Rich Girls on Paramount Plus?
Oh, yeah.
Wait. Rich Girls is on Paramount Plus.
And also Sweet 16, Pimp My Ride, all of it.
I've talked about like Paul Scheer about this. Like we literally I did a live with Paul Scheer and June Diane and Jenny Yang, and me and Paul Scheer talked about Rich Girls. Nobody else knew what it was. And I literally like reached across to hold his hand while we talked. I literally punched June Diane in the boob. She was like, she goes, who am I married to? What the fuck are you talking about?
I'm dead.
I think I missed that messiness. I missed the messiness of reality TV when it was like kind of reality and we were viewing full, intimate, horrific moments. Like the first
even Tiana Taylor on Sweet 16
right?
is so embarrassed with the skateboard theme.
No, but like there's a whole point where like Allie Hilfiger and Jamie Gleischer and Rich Girls, and there's a moment where Allie Hilfiger is like in this moment of like ennui at her dad's in Greenwich, Connecticut, and has a psychotic break about not knowing what's in a burrito. And then she's pushing a shopping cart through like a Greenwich, Connecticut, like Bristol Farms with a Birkin bag in it, asking people like, and she calls her dad, she's like, I just want the beans and the cheese and the sauces. I don't know how to do anything. And I'm like, well, not now. But like, it's like crazy. It's like you can see this girl like therapizing herself and having a true crisis. And I'm like, where else are you going to get this kind? You can't get that kind of gravitas because people are just too aware now. That's
what I'm saying. And that's what I mean. I think that's why your thought that we can't really have a true blue gay man house husbands or whatever the show would end up being called, Messy Bessie, would work because it is so polished. That's honestly why I would rather go watch like Nene on Atlanta season 1 because it doesn't it's so produced now. Like I
also think you could get the messiness. I think the issue is like one, there aren't enough like gay producers. I think like the whole production team would need to be homosexuals of various races. You can't have like one white gay that's an executive producer.
Yeah.
And two, it's like it'll never happen on Bravo because like low-key Andy Cohen wants to be king of the castle. Like he is a homosexual chaos demon. He is Beelzebub. Like you're not going to have anybody compete with him. So like you're gonna get like a couple of side characters. MTV's trying. The problem with the WeHo one is they weren't friends. Like
well, that's why Andy, speaking of, will cut a show to bits and pieces if you're not friends anymore because it doesn't actually work.
Yeah.
If you have to be messy friends.
You have to know enough about the person that if they really piss you off to tell one of their secrets.
Real talk.
Like that, you have to be like, okay, bitch, you said that? Remember 2005 when I picked up your panties and your plan B? Like you need that because otherwise you have this weird like, there needs to be a history. There needs to be subtext. And it's like hard to get a whole group to agree to that.
Do you think Gen Z will ever, when they grow up to be our age, will ever be into reality TV? Or do you think because they've been forced to see everybody's reality their whole life via social media, they won't be into it?
I don't know. I mean, it's like, what's it called? Who is that guy? Andy something? I feel so stupid right now. I can't think of his name. He said everybody will be famous for 15 minutes. Campbell's soup cans. Andy Warhol. Andy Warhol coined.
Did you just see me? I literally
you were like who?
Was staring into your soul.
Who this white man?
I don't know.
But I think it's true. Like social media has made a thing where like everybody is famous for 15 minutes. I don't know. I truly don't. I don't deign to understand Gen Z.
When you get really famous and you're terrorizing these poor journalists on press junkets, what's one weird like famous person thing that like most people can't do or buy or have will you do?
I'll make them switch seats with me. I love Mariah Carey's like move. Or she brings her own lighting team.
By the way, so many people do that right here in this room.
Or she'll bring her. I love Charlemagne said she brought her own lighting to the Breakfast Club. And it was only like soft lighting on her and everyone else was blacked out. And he was like, they can't see me. And she goes, that's the point. And
she is the
pinnacle. And I was like, yo, that's good. Or I'll demand they like Uber Eats me something.
These are like not that big of a deal. I was talking about like when I become famous, which I won't, but whatever. I'm going to adopt a highway.
Oh, like weird things to do?
Yes, like
I thought you meant like at the junket. I was like, no, in general?
So there's this really beautiful stretch of freeway between Eagle Rock, Glendale, and Pasadena, and Jenny Garth adopted it. And I'm like, good on you, Jenny Garth.
But what do celebrities do anymore?
It's just kind of tight to be like mobbing on the freeway, and it would just be like Liz Cully. I don't know. I think that'd be. Maybe I'm dumb.
I can't think of anything really. Also, like I'm pretty high maintenance now.
Like you wouldn't take out an ad. Like we have it's called the Tiburon Lark. It's this like little newspaper in Tiburon, and I've been in it many times. Don't worry about it. I would take out an ad like every week and literally say like, I do not forget all of you mean people from middle school.
Oh, I kind of was the mean person in middle school.
What the fuck,
that's
Blakely?
Not going to work for me.
That's so against my whole thing. Why? Why were you mean?
I'll take it back. No, I'll take it back because I was like a closeted gay black kid at like a prep school. So I was just kind of like, I'm going to get you before you get me. Okay. And it was also very like justice. Like it wasn't like, I would never pick on an actual like dorky kid, but like if somebody was picking on the dorky kid, I would be like, oh, well, that's why your mom's up with the tennis instructor.
Yeah, but that's not what I'm talking about.
That's mean. It's not a bully, but it's mean. I mean,
I know, but I'm just saying, like, I really do. I've spoken about this on other people's podcasts. It went I wouldn't say viral.
Oh, I think saw that. Yeah, it did. Gen Z was not happy with you.
Well, on Instagram, but if you go to the TikTok said Auntie knows best, and fuck them motherfuckers.
But also, like, yeah, I don't have to forgive anybody.
I don't forgive anyone.
Yeah, why? Who cares?
I literally don't forgive anyone.
For anything.
But I would do something crazy like that. Like I would take out an ad and just be like, you know what I mean? I don't know.
Maybe it's just because of the therapy. I just like don't give a shit. I'm like everyone is their wound. You live where you live. I live where I live. I'm married to a therapist,
and I've spent thousands of dollars on therapy, and yet here I am still bitter.
You know, I mean, I'm trying to be healed me every day, but I mean, everybody has a backslide.
I mean, the antidepressant, I don't know what else I can do. I'm about to go on my compound trizepatide. I'm trying everything.
That sounds like a lot. That sounds like a science project.
Shoot me up, baby. Give me the hormones.
Did you see that Simone Biles is promoting Manjaro?
I can't believe that.
I swear to God, it was. That was the weirdest moment of the Olympics for me. I like was.
What is she gonna say?
I was like, "You're not diabetic or overweight. What?
Or tall? What you're 4'8".
She was like, "Get it under control with Manjaro," and I was like, "Baby, that check must have been huge. Like, get your check, but like that makes no sense."
What did you think about the final ceremony? Like. The Tom Cruise giving the flag, the Snoop Dogg with an alleged abusive person like Dr. Dre, even though I still was like alleged. Explosive. And then we have Billie Eilish, Sleepy Leapy, like on stage. And then really just this terrible, very hard through line of Red Hot Chili Peppers, which like we couldn't escape even if we would go to another artist. What were your thoughts?
I'm not super psyched for 2028.
You're not?
I'm like, we already live in LA. There's already traffic. Like, what are we going to do?
Well, okay, so here's what I'm thinking, though. Hear me out. Okay. 1, the Super Bowl when it was here was hella fun.
Yeah, that was.
2, everyone's going to think that there's so much traffic here. Same as the Super Bowl, so no one's going to leave their house, which means no one's going to be on the roads.
Okay.
3, the parties are going to be hella fun. And also, honestly, the synchronized swimming alone is going to be off the charts. The only issue is obviously I've already looked at the map.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Okay. So where are things being held? Like track and field at SoFi? Like
no.
Oh, where is it?
Yes, track and field at SoFi. Okay. Except they won't call out any of the names of anything. Wait, is it track and field at SoFi? No. All of the like soccer games and stuff are at SoFi. Okay. Track and field are going to be at the Coliseum, and then all the swimming and stuff, Long Beach. And then then the equestrian is down in Temecula, which is hella far away.
I know.
Like really, really far.
That's like halfway to wine country or some shit. It's really
No, it's Mexico. I mean, it's actually 2 hours away.
But there is a small like wine community in Temecula.
Yeah, it's like weird, like Chardonnay, but it's far. And then other things, like something's in Carson.
Okay.
So it's gonna be almost like internet. It's almost gonna be like Los Angeles has turned into a broke down Epcot Center.
If they do make Los Angeles like semi-walkable, like because people were saying how in Paris they shut down a lot of the streets because Paris has really bad traffic, so people were only biking and walking. Experiencing Los Angeles as a biking and walking city would be a once in a lifetime thing, like mind blowing. Yeah, like I'd be like the scene from the Vanilla Sky when like no one's in Times Square.
But here's the problem: is like it would take hours and hours to walk to SoFi from the heart of Hollywood, where we are right now. But like the area around SoFi, or like being able to walk like a mile each direction. In Inglewood? What the fuck are we supposed to do?
They're gonna wipe all those people out by 2028 anyway. You know how the Olympics work.
I'm just saying, it seems a little insane, all of it. I know that the athletes are staying at UCLA dorms, and the press. My wife.
You really looked this up.
Yeah, I mean, I really wanted to be prepared for this interview today. And then press is staying in USC, which couldn't be further away from each other.
Those are like the hypotenuse of LA.
So none of it's gonna work. I'll just say this.
I love a clusterfuck.
You know the parties are going to be so lit in LA.
Yes. Agreed.
And Snoop Dogg, he made $8 million from NBC Peacock just to show up.
To the Paris Olympics?
Correct.
Okay. So did Tom Cruise get paid to do that stunt?
Paid.
I want to know whose idea that was.
I'll tell you whose idea that was. Fucking likely Skydance, because he is like
for Paramount, he's the only thing. We need to stop coddling Tom Cruise. You're short, bro. His whole career is him compensating for being 5'4".
I mean, he even stood up on the motorcycle while getting out.
Why is he always sprinting? We don't need you jumping from something. He just wanted to feel tall. Tom Cruise thought he could play Jack Reacher. Jack Reacher, a character who was described in book as being like 6'5" with fists like books, and like what? But I will say, I looked today. Jack Reacher and Jack Reacher like Never Look Back are the #1 in like 4 movies on Netflix right now, probably because of that stunt.
Correct.
If we get another fucking Jack Reacher movie because of this bullshit, Alan Rickson is my Jack Reacher. Okay, thank you. That 6'5" fine ass man looking for a man in finance, Alan. But like, I'm tired.
Yeah, it was a bummer for me. I thought, listen, I know that from a like nerdy Hollywood level, the production for that was probably quite a bit. They also made LA look spick and span.
They did.
It
very clean, very beachy,
and
very demure,
like,
very demure. Very sensible.
But I think it'll be really fun. I'm looking forward to it. I am not leaving LA. I would never rent my house to strangers. And honestly, I will be so old by that point in 2028. Like, you'll have to wheel me into the Coliseum.
I mean, have you thought about like, what if like, are you going to take your kids with you? In theory?
Yeah, I would.
In theory?
In theory, if I had a kid, yeah.
I mean, they're doing it. It's fine. Cool. Cool. Sure.
Actually, you know what's funny? When we were at lunch the other day, you said cool so much. And I was like, I don't know if he's saying it for me.
Oh, no, I just say it a lot. It's just very like, it's in my head. You know?
What's in your head is truly magic.
Thank you.
I can't wait to see who really gives you the content to make even better content through your lens.
Hopefully
tomorrow.
We'll do something soon, you know?
Yeah, we will.
Well, tomorrow?
I mean, like, no, it's Monday.
Okay.
We're hanging out on Monday.
Yeah.
But I meant really like the internet fucking up so that you can make good content.
Oh, 100%. Oh, God.
I'm also like, tick.
The internet is undefeated. Again, there'll be someone today. I'm sure, I mean, Donald Trump is alive and breathing, so there's always something to parody.
I love you, Blakely.
Love you too.